Off we go! Charlie George!
And welcome again to the big match. And with the weather so bad, what better, I suppose, than to sit in front of your fires and enjoy some good football, because that's what we've got for you today, particularly from our main match, which is Chelsea against Everton.
Long ball there to the head of Osgood. In goes Kemba on it, looking to get it and turn on a shot. Garland and Osgood with a great chance. Osgood turning it back and no!
But now it's time for action as we go down to Stamford Bridge. And it really was an Arctic afternoon there, the cold getting right into your bones. Still, there were a lot of good things to cheer between these two very talented sides down at the bridge yesterday. And Chelsea, first of all, set us talking by keeping Peter Houseman fit again as substitute, thus leaving Chris Garland to wear the number 11 shirt. Chelsea beaten only once, remember, in their last 21 games. Everton, meanwhile, have shown some signs of getting back into business themselves, with no defeats in their last 6 games. And now they bring Keith Newton back to number 3 for the first time since he was dropped in October. Scott at 2, Lyons at 10, and the substitute Darricott, all relatively untried youngsters. The crowd at Stamford Bridge yesterday was 38,000 strong, and the referee is John Yates of Redditch, Worcestershire.
Webb getting his foot in nicely there to tuck it beyond Whittle and find Hudson. Sweeping ball to Cook. Garland, Kemba and Osgood all active ahead of him, and Mulligan going down the right for him. Here's Paddy Mulligan. That'll fall for Cook again. Trying to send Newton first one way, then the other, and a decisive little ball there to Kemba, and Garland has played it again, the header that counted. A lovely build-up by Chelsea, half-checked and then built up again, and Garland a yard wide with the final header. Hollins. Husband. Hudson, a good strong challenge there with Hurst, but it comes now to Kenyon and to Scott, and that might let Osgood in. Across the goal! And only just now has it gone over for the goal kick. Hollins to Hudson. A long ball there to the head of Osgood. In goes Kemba on it, looking to get it and turn on a shot. Garland and Osgood with a great chance. Osgood turning it back and no! Well, the break went right for him. And instead of trying to plant it wide of West, he decided to dribble around him and then put it into an empty goal. And as it turned out, it was the wrong decision. Hudson. So many Everton players back. In fact, there's only one man up at the moment. Osgood turning it down towards Kemba. A little flick on there, but it's in the air. And Garland is being beaten in the air most times. Hudson. Harris. Cook. Touched off there for Hudson. A little chip there as Kemba goes in on it. Now Harris with a blazing shot. Can he follow it in? A fine save by West. West made himself look big and he got both his hands behind that ball, which really was a blistering volley or a blistering drive from Ronnie Harris. Hudson to Cook. A deep one towards Osgood with his head, and he's done it! Osgood's goal, a good one, and Chelsea go ahead with 2 minutes of the second half gone. A good long cross there by Charlie Cook, and Osgood at the far post, tucking it between the post and Gordon West. 1-0, and Peter Osgood's 24th goal of the season. Cook. Back to Mulligan. Dempsey has stayed right in there too. Osgood, down he goes, and a penalty is being given against Everton as Osgood was brought down by Kenyon. Everton far from happy with that decision. And now a whole posse of cameramen behind that Everton goal. 2-0. So that's his 6th penalty of the season, his 14th goal of the season. Hollins banging that one in to put Chelsea 2-0 ahead. Kendall, in fact, not doing the right sort of thing there, putting it straight to Garland. Hudson, a long ball forward, and Kemba is all right. Chased by Kendall, but Kemba going on, playing it there for Cook, and no, behind for the corner. Cook now with the corner for Chelsea. Dempsey going in, 3-0. And even Benetti at the other end applauds as John Dempsey rises beautifully from that corner to nod it powerfully and most definitely past Gordon West. Now, what are they complaining about there? The net, maybe not directly against the crossbar, but no doubt about it. Dempsey's goal. Hudson took up a lovely possession there, Hudson, with the outside of the boot, and it'll come for Hollins to drive one, and he's still not there. Osgood, will it? No! An infringement and a free kick. Stop. So Cook gets it back again. Now Harris. This time Cook has gone on, but tripped. In fact, he was in fact tripped by Kendall, but the referee said no. Hollins winning that battle with Harvey, and he's got Osgood streaking on for him. There's the ball for Osgood, and a beautiful goal! Oh, a beautiful goal by Chelsea. No wonder Osgood smiles and embraces Hollins, because it was a lovely ball from Hollins into the path of Osgood, and from Osgood just inside that far post. 4-0. Everybody waiting for it. I don't know whether they thought the whistle had gone or what, but Royal was standing there and waiting, and Harris now to Osgood, and now to Kemba. No, stopped by West. Oh, and then finally belted away by Scott when Kemba was so close to making it 5. Paddy Mulligan. Osgood out jumped by the number 10 Lions. Darracott. Husband to Hurst. Again, the clip one towards Joe Royal, looking for it with his head. Benetti is down there at the feet of Whittle. Turned back, but oh, and headed away! Most miraculously there for Chelsea by David Webb. As Whittle turned on that and almost surely was screaming goal as that ball went towards the top corner. Dempsey, Harris, Osgood, and Harris again galloping on. A lower one this time, Garland hitting one, and somehow West got a foot to it.
First of all, let's go across to Jimmy Hill, who's been casting an eye on Chelsea.
Well, before we talk about Chelsea's performance on the whole yesterday, let's first look at that penalty decision, because one or two of the Everton fans in London had an unhappy enough day as it was without thinking they had an unjust penalty giving against them. Let's clear it up now. Peter Osgood was brought down, cross here from Charlie Cook, whacked up into the air, and you can see Osgood's impeccable control there, neatly brought down, and you can see also the foot go out, the trip, and also the accuracy of that referee's decision. So much for that, a just penalty decision against Everton. But what about Chelsea? I think there are 4 reasons, or 4 new reasons, shall I say, why they've had such a wonderful run over the past weeks. The first of them is David Webb. Always a marvellous man to have in your side, without any doubt. A character, never knows when he's beaten, but I think he's added a touch of class to what was already there. And yesterday he showed it. First of all, with this tackle, is resolution. Great iron determination, which is always there, but he shows us a little bit of delicate skill now, with a back heel that had to be seen to be believed. There it was, accurately passed off to Alan Hudson. And finally, of course, if that wasn't enough, David Webb just doesn't like goals scored against Chelsea. And when Peter Benetti gets left out of his goal as he did there, someone volleys it, who's that on hand to head the ball away? In fact, with a nice little smile as he gets up there to say, no hands. Apart from that, there's another reason. Stevie Kember, I felt when he came across from Crystal Palace, wasn't really accepted readily by the Chelsea fans. I think they thought that he was going to take Charlie Cook's place in the team, and they didn't like that. And it's taken a while for him to get his confidence and theirs. Yesterday, he showed the value he really can be to the Chelsea team in exploding from the middle of the field and finding space up front. There he is now. Got completely free up the left wing, and look at the strength of his legs as he withstands that tackle and lays on the chance for goal. And now he provides a chance for himself. Peter Osgood gets the ball here from captain Ronnie Harris, slides it through. Kember running off on the left of your screen, sprinting into space, and again the strength of his legs as he withstands that challenge, but West has covered the angle, smothered it very well indeed. Well, so no goal, but a much more confident performance from Steve Kember. What are the other two reasons? Well, one of them's been there for a long while in the middle of the field, a man called John Hollins, who just won't give up. He covers the ground tirelessly, wins tackles, passes the ball off, occasionally gives a bad pass, but yesterday he gave one that he's going to remember for months, maybe years. Here he is in the tussle with Harvey, not giving up. Whatever happens, he's got to emerge with the ball, and in fact he does. And you'll see now Osgood sprinting off into space, typical of the tireless Chelsea running off the ball, and off Hollins' left foot. He glides the ball up beautifully to Peter Osgood, controls it, and there's the final strength. Osgood, the most nerveless finisher I know, has a foot in which to put that ball as he hits it in his stride, and he puts it exactly there. A truly golden goal. What about Chelsea? Well, it was a wonderful game. I enjoyed it. But more than that, I think I could see, and Chelsea fans could see, why it is they're favourites for the League Cup, joint favourites for the Cup. And they whisper around the dressing room that they still haven't given up a chance of the League Championship.
Yes, happy and busy days ahead, I fancy, for Chelsea this spring.